Two things I'm keeping my eye on. One, there's a lot of very, very bullish Bitcoin traders, Bitcoin maximalists, as well as whales on XRP. They're all this. It's like, I've never seen so many Bitcoin traders bullish on XRP, and whales bullish on XRP than I have right now. And it's very interesting. Look how the price got pushed down, and then we're getting all these reports about them buying up a lot of XRP, and the people continue to sell. But it seems like as there's huge selling, people are these Bitcoin traders and whales continue to buy. Now, yesterday's video, something I didn't get to cover, and I meant to. I forget things. I do. I don't claim to be perfect or anything like that. In the middle of that article, that Bitcoin whale that they claim bought hundreds of thousands of XRP was saying that individual was looking to take profit, I think around $3 to $5. This is a Bitcoin maximalist. This is what they claim, that person's a Bitcoin maximalist. That's what they say. $3 to $5. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Not lower than that. $3 to $5. Interesting. Then it just shows you how bullish people are on XRP outside of the XRP community, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of these people have advisors. There's no way I don't think they have advisors. They got some high paid advisors on the side feeding them information about when to get in and get out. That's how I look at it. I mean, unless they're just that different from the traditional financial community. But anyway, then you have this article right here. This article is titled Crypto Schofield Maps Out XRP Breakout Targets. Listen, the crux of this is this. It says, as a result, Crypto Schofield, and they title this person as, let's see, a Bitcoin trader. That's how they title this person. This person goes as a Bitcoin trader. It says he pinpointed two potential breakout targets for XRP. The first scenario suggests a surge to $1.21, contingent upon a successful breakout from the established downtrend. It says, on the other hand, the analyst anticipates XRP approaching $2 threshold, specifically setting his target at $1.90. Listen, that's two Bitcoin traders, maximalists, whatever, in a row. This is coming after multiples of articles of Bitcoin heavy hitters, apparently, who made massive purchases. They didn't give any price predictions for what they think XRP is going to reach, but they literally came out on X, Twitter, articles are written about this, saying that they had made these large purchases of XRP. And then that's not even including all the whales that they claim from Santander. So, hey, you want to know about that? Go to Santander. They report all the numbers. They're the professional company reporting the numbers. Okay. But that's after Santander has reported multiple times over the last few weeks, multiple massive whale purchases. Something's happening. What do they know that people don't know? What do they know that everyone doesn't know that became bearish on XRP? You get what I'm saying? Something's happening. Something's cooking up, in my humble opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not asking you to think the same. I'm not asking you to hold XRP. I'm not asking you to buy XRP. That was one aspect that I'm keeping my eye on. The second aspect, and I'm telling you folks, something is going on. Watch out for, I'm going to phrase it this way so I don't get in trouble on YouTube. I'm telling you folks, watch out for a digital Pompeii. You remember what happened in Pompeii? Watch out for a digital Pompeii. Now, this article here is titled Whales Bullish on XRP Despite the Dip. Why? Everybody's bullish on XRP all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Is it because the case is almost ending? Is it because they know something that maybe the people don't? But they're all bullish. I'm going to read the article to you. Ripple bulls push prices up 5.7% in the last 7 days. Of course, there's a little bit of a dip right now. Bitcoin dipped a little bit and everything else dips a little bit. Mostly everything else, right? It says XRP whales remain committed to the ecosystem despite prices dipping as low as 55 cents. Whales currently control over 2/3 of the circulating supply. When everybody else was selling, they were buying it up. That's why I never put it past them that there's a concerted effort at certain times and money can flow behind the scenes. Easy. That's easy work. That's legacy system type stuff. Been going on for decades. You think it can't happen in crypto? And they have the people drive the prices down so that these whales can get in. Oh, it's a grimy world. So I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying that I consider that possibility because of things that I've seen in my life. I have to go by life experience, folks. I'm not going to go by what someone said and, just solely on what someone said or something like. I'm going to go by what I saw, what I experienced. Experience is the best teacher, seeing things firsthand. Like I told you, did I tell you the story about the two news organizations? And then that was like my realization of like how fake some of this stuff is that they put on the television. Like that's an experience. I learned from that. Now I could go with by what everyone else would have told me. It was like, no, those two stations represent two different sides. Like, no, I saw with my own eyes. So I'm that kind of person. Like, yes, research is great, but in the end, I need to make my own decisions and go by my own experience. So anyway, says this. Whales control over 2/3 of the circulating XRP supply, and some analysts believe prices won't go any lower given how well the support level has held. The behavior of these whales indicates that they believe things are about to turn around. Why do they believe that? That's interesting, isn't it? I'm all for it. I'm just saying this is some suspicious activity. There's a changing of the guard when it comes to XRP. You see whales dominating it, and you see Bitcoin maxi stepping in full force. They've been taking over XRP. Now that it's a legit coin, people have to understand it's on the table. It's in the game more than it was before. There's going to be a lot of tricks played. There's going to be a lot of foolery played. A lot of deception, a lot of bait and switch. It's bad while I'm buying. There's going to be a lot of that. The game has just begun really for XRP since last year. It got clarity. Now the bull run's kicking off. Now you got the big companies stepping in. Now you got a little bit more pressure on regulatory agencies. You got some companies suing these regulatory agencies. It's popping off in 2024. 2024 has been a hot year so far. It says this, the behavior of these whales indicates they believe things are about to turn around. Surging Bitcoin prices could help to take XRP to new highs. That's what I was saying. I think a lot of these coins, listen, I benefit from a lot of these coins, right? I try to make that clear because people often make comments as though it indicates to me that they believe I may only have XRP. It's like, no, I have XRP, XLM, LCX, Quant, Algorand. I have a lot of these utility coins, XDC. So I'm looking for a lot of them, that liquidity to come out of a lot of those, out of Bitcoin and flow into a lot of those legit projects. I have Solana, I have Chainlink, right? I position myself exactly where I want to be. Okay. So I'm looking for a lot of them to go up. And I have Ripple versus SEC, next key deadline to watch in crypto legal battle. Let's scroll down here. It says the legal battle between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is heating up as both parties prepare for the next key deadline in the case. As Ripple and the SEC enter remedies, the quote unquote remedies phase of the case, focusing on institutional sales, the upcoming deadline in the case would be February the 20th. Ripple scored a landmark win in the lawsuit in July 2023. However, the court determined that certain XRP institutional sales were investment contracts and hence should have been registered with the SEC. It should be recalled that earlier in February, Ripple requested a 1-week extension of the deadline for remedies related to discovery from February the 12th to February the 20th, making this the next crucial deadline in the legal battle. At this point, the discovery phase remains crucial as it could reveal new information or arguments that could impact remedies. In a throwback to events that preceded this key timeline, the SEC served 9 interrogatories and 3 RFPs on Ripple on November 14th. After parties met and conferred on December 21st and January the 3rd to narrow the dispute, the SEC filed a motion on January the 11th to compel discovery of Ripple's financial statements for the years 2022 and 2023. Post-complaint written contracts governing XRP sales to institutional buyers. That's what I was telling people. The institutional buyers, the institutional use can't kick in yet because we didn't get past this. Hedge funds and ODL customers and the proceeds Ripple received for delivering XRP after the complaint was filed, but under written contracts entered into before. On February the 5th, Judge Netburn granted, well, they're going through all this stuff. I just want to get to what the next deadline is. What is the next thing that they're supposed to be going through that you were supposed to tell us about? I got a lot of stuff to do, folks. I got a lot of reading to do later. I got a lot of work to do after this. I want to get right to the point of the article. It says here, following Judge Netburn's decision, Ripple stated that it would disclose available financial statements and serve a response to the SEC's interrogatory about post-complaint proceeds from pre-complaint contracts by the prior discovery deadline of February the 12th, 2024. It says Ripple, however, sought a brief extension until February the 20th. Okay. To produce its contracts for the sale of XRP to institutional buyers, hedge funds, and ODL customers from a rough 3-year period before, citing the difficulty associated with trying to collect and produce those documents by the previous deadline. Makes sense to me. All right, so now let's move on here. You know what? Here's a little random tidbit. Peace is something that matters to me greatly. So I haven't had the time this year to like meditate and just completely clear my mind. I've been trying to build a lot of different things. I've been doing a lot of work. But there's a peaceful place, folks. I don't know what it is. There's a peaceful place that you can get to with the mind. You have to find your relaxation point, your peak relaxation point. It exists. I don't know how. I don't know how you attain it. I know I attain it through absolute peace in nature. I learned that when I was young. I would take my CD player and I'd go to the park. And I'll tell you what, one moment stands out to me. I remember I went to this record store. We used to have the CD stores. And I had just purchased, I think it was Busy Bone's album, Father. Great album, by the way. Great album. I think I purchased that one. And maybe it was the Art of War, Bone Thugs album at the time. 2 CDs. And I went to the park. And at that time, nobody was at the park at that time of day. And I just sat on the bench. And I sat on a bench where my father and I used to go fishing. He used to take us fishing all the time. You know, I don't remember catching anything. I don't remember catching anything. But he would take us fishing, and it was a good time. I didn't care about the fish or fishing or any of that stuff. I just really cared about spending time with him and my brother. That was it. That was everything to me. Like I don't know if they knew it, but to me, it was everything. And I found a lot of joy in spending time learning from him, just watching. My father, to me, I felt like he's the only man I ever saw. He moved like a king, like a ruler of the earth, you know, but fair. I don't know how to explain that. There was a power behind him, you know. My brother has that same energy. But anyway, so I would go to the park. I sat down on that bench. I'm listening to my CDs, and I just felt free. I don't know how to explain it. Like nothing else existed. Like I was floating in a place of absolute peace. It was devoid of any burden whatsoever. Like time didn't exist. And I find myself, when I do get time to meditate, I try to repeat that. I try to find that place, a place of peace. And I don't have my eyes closed or anything at all. I'm just sitting down. I'm fully relaxed. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just listen to the birds chirping. And it's like a relief of the burdens of life. Life can burden you greatly. This is why I say it's very good to have a balance and to even find new things that you enjoy. If the old things become stale, that's very important, especially as you get older. If life is beating you down, it's important to find things that relax you. You know, some people it's massage, some people it's stretching, some people it's working out. If you found that, you are a special person, because a lot of people don't find that. Cherish it. Those moments are special. You lifting those weights, or you're stretching, or you're reading a good book. I've experienced this. It's like a blissful feeling too. I've experienced it reading books as well. I used to read this series and I actually, I don't want to give too much away. I was about to say something. I don't like to give too much of my personal life away, but I used to read this Dragon series book, right, by this author, and the author never got too famous, but they were incredible author. I've read thousands of books, folks. I'm telling you, this author was incredible. It was a series about dragons, and they were humans that turned into dragons, and the main character was like of a royal bloodline. Yeah, I know it's a little cliche, but his family was cast out. He didn't even know he was part of a royal bloodline. And then some other bloodline had taken over the kingdom. There's discovery involved, and him learning how to transform into the dragon and fly around. This is when I was like a teenager. I read this. But anyway, I enjoyed it. It was almost like in my mind, I could travel to these worlds that they were in. Like, anybody else have an imagination like that out there, that it brings you, it can bring you peace. It can bring you to these magical worlds where you feel like you're a part of that environment. And I think that's important, to have artists that can create worlds and environments that allow people to explore in the mind, that can make you think, make you feel, that can bring you peace. Anyway, I experienced peace reading those books as well. Peace is something that I seek. Peace is the greatest thing that I seek. You know, if anybody says, well, what's the greatest thing Auphanim seeks? It wouldn't be money. It wouldn't be conquering. It wouldn't be victory. It would be peace. Absolute peace. So when I meditate anytime now, I try to repeat those feelings, to find that heaven, that nirvana, whatever you want to call it. I'm not married to any words at all, literally none. So you call it what you want, but it's something. There's some higher level. I'm telling you, if you haven't found it, you can. If you haven't found it, you can. There's something that exists, a level where the mind is completely still and is free from all worldly burden. So anyway, that's the thoughts I have today. You know, that's the thoughts I have today. It's been on my mind for like days and days and days, because I haven't been able to do that. And it comes calling for me. And I'm going to have to find that place again soon. So anyway, folks, let's get back to the articles here. I appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate you being here with me. See, that means something to me. This is what I get out of it. I appreciate that. It does something good for me. So now this article here is titled Tokenized Real World Assets Redefined as Personal Property in Landmark Iowa Digital Asset Bill. This is very interesting. Iowa moved forward with a 91-page digital asset bill with progressive elements recognizing the importance of digital assets. A seemingly progressive digital asset bill has been approved by the Judiciary Committee in Iowa, introducing significant amendments to the Uniform Commercial Code, explicitly aiming to integrate digital assets and electronic records into commercial transactions. The bill, House File 2519, is titled, quote, an act relating to commercial transactions, including control and transmission of electronic records and digital assets. As reported by the Committee on Judiciary Monitored with Track Bill on February the 15th, this legislation seeks to address the complexities and opportunities presented by digital assets within the legal framework of commerce by offering a nuanced approach to the control and transmission of electronic records. The bill promises to enhance legal clarity and security in digital transactions, catering to the needs of the evolving digital economy. So we have some progress, at least here in Iowa. It's something. It's a start. It's interesting, right? So I also had this article here about a global recession, but we probably won't be able to get through all of it. It's from barons.com and is literally titled A Global Recession, Economic Growth, China Property Default. Let's see if they'll give us a little bit here. A global recession wave is building. The world economy is in trouble. Not only are there clear indications of a substantial slowdown in a number of world's key economies, there are also growing signs that we could be on the cusp of a worldwide wave of commercial property loan defaults. Wow. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, well, I'll see you in the members only section. I'm about to make a video for them over there. Okay. So until next time, let's get to the money.